My favorite is the wood planes. It's my favorite collection for since well, part of the collection, like this box right here, was my father's. So about 2/3 of the planes that are in that box were his originally, and one or two of the others too. So that sort of started my interest in tool collecting. But this was found in a clean out. I buy, sell, and collect and restore antique tools. And this was in with a pile of tools that I went in and to clean out, and this was in there. It's kind of an interesting plane because back in the day, in the 1700s, I mean, they just kept using things over and over and over again. So originally, this little plane probably started about this size. So you can tell how much shorter it is. And at one time, you had probably some kind of a profile that it molded, but then the profile wore out, and instead of throwing the plane away, they made a rabbet plane out of it so they could continue to use it. Of course, it has Caesar Cellar's name on the front as the maker, so that's kind of special. Well, when I first did, I didn't realize that he had been a slave. I was aware of the name, and I did the research after, and discovered that he had been a slave, and had learned as a slave the trade of plane making. So that's kind of. I mean, every one of these sort of has a story, and some of them are pretty rare, and some aren't. Like Caesar Cellar is not necessarily a rare plane. But the fact that he was a slave makes that plane to collectors very interesting. So because of that, if I was to go on eBay or go to an auction, I would expect to pay quite a bit of money for probably maybe over $1,000 for a plane of his.
So it has that provenance.
It has that provenance. Yes. There are 3 or 4 people who started out as slaves that became well-known plane makers, and he's one of them. So yeah. So all the other planes have a purpose. Back in the day, before they had planers to plane the wood, they had to do it all by hand, and these planes would be used for that. These planes over here would be used for making the wood smooth. This plane here was made by a person by the name of Uriah Clapp, and he was from Gardner, Massachusetts. He was a cabinet maker, but he also made his own planes. This, on quantity, is far more rare to have a plane by him than Caesar. There's only there are less than 50 examples known to exist of his planes.